Hey everyone, welcome to another video. This week I would like to show you a few classic gaming/retro websites that I enjoy visiting. The first website is the Retro League. Their web address is www.theretroleague.com. They have an awesome podcast as well as a forum. I started listening to their podcast about 2 months ago and I really enjoy it. They usually release a new episode every week, and it looks like they're up to episode 46 now, so they've been doing this pretty close to a year. They really have a nice format as well. They normally start out with what they've been doing retro-wise during the week. They'll share any Goodwill or yard sale finds on occasion, and also any retro games that they've been playing. Then they normally go into a news segment where they share any retro-related gaming news. They also have a virtually retro segment where they share any new releases on the Wii Virtual Console or Xbox Live Arcade or PlayStation Network. As I'm scrolling down here, I'm noticing I haven't listened to episode 45 yet. Looks like they're going over the top 5 Sega Master System games, so that should be an interesting episode. The Sega Master System's one of my favorite video game consoles, so looking forward to listening to that. But one of my favorite segments that they have on the program is called The Price is Wrong. One of the hosts will tell the other host about an eBay auction and have them guess what the actual price is, and the host that gets the closest to the actual buy it now or bidding price without going over wins. And as you all know, some of the prices on eBay for games and consoles are outrageous, and the guys at the Retro League aren't shy about letting us know how ridiculous those prices are. So I enjoy listening to that segment. It's pretty funny to hear, what some people want for their items that they're selling. Every now and then they'll have a podcast where they talk to people across the internet. It's called Interviews from the Internet. It could be either people from YouTube or other gaming-related websites. And some of the people they've interviewed include the Happy Video Game Nerd, the Gaming Historian, and one of the interviews was with the co-founder of the Midwest Gaming Classic Show. Looks like this one, interview number 10, was with Brian Provinciano, who's the developer of Retro City Rampage. So all in all, it's an excellent podcast. And another thing I like about it is that it's family friendly. There's a lot of podcasts out there that are full of profanity, so it's refreshing to have one that's not. So if you have kids, you don't have to worry about them walking in the room and turning down the volume if you listen to this. So that's a really cool thing. The second website that I enjoy visiting is called Out of Print Archive, and they can be found at www.outofprintarchive.com. And they're basically a magazine website. The guys at the website have collected numerous magazines from the 80s and 90s and have just scanned them. I don't know what type of scanning device they have, but it's really great because the quality is just superb. Most of their magazines are UK based. For instance, I downloaded the official Sega Saturn magazine, and I used a comic book reader to view the file. It's in comic book form. If you're familiar with that, you can download a comic book reader. It's freeware, so. They also have some reviews from some of their older magazines. This looks like mostly Dreamcast related information. Bust-A-Move 4, Cannon Spike, Capcom versus SNK, and the list goes on. And last but not least is Too Old to Grow Up. It can be found at www.either toooldtogrowup.com or totgu.com. They talk about various retro topics such as TV shows, music, and movies, toys from the 80s, as well as retro video games. And every now and then they'll have an episode called the Retro Gaming Series, where they take an in-depth look at console and its games. They've talked about, as you can see here, here's one of them, Sony PlayStation. They've also covered the NES, Sega Master System, Sega Genesis, and Sega Dreamcast. So I highly recommend it, especially if you grew up in the 80s like I did. Well, that's about it. This was my classic gaming / retro website shout out video. Thanks a lot for watching, as always, and until next time, take care.